Hey everybody, it's your Sammy and welcome back to my channel. So you know what I just realized? If you watch my Ayahuasca part 1 video and my Ayahuasca part 2 video, then you would know, or maybe you probably wouldn't know, but I realized that I was actually holding out on you guys. Like, I did have like a whole spiritual experience. I felt like the reason why I forgot to talk about it is because it was all about my boyfriend and his spiritual journey and his story, and I wasn't trying to like tell everything that happened to him, but what he was going through affected me too. So I want to take a dive in and tell you about this story, you guys. So stay tuned if you'd like to hear it. Here is basically like a storytelling video of my ayahuasca experience. Okay guys, I'm gonna try and tell this story as best as I can. Just follow with everything that I'm saying and everything will open up in the end. And it would just be mind-blowing. So first I'm gonna tell you what I experienced first, what I felt. This was the last day of our retreat at Costa Rica with Blue Spirit and also Natures Within. They were doing they were having like a party, a dancing party and stuff upstairs on the 4th floor, and we decided not to go, me and my boyfriend. Because he has such a really hard time on the second night of ayahuasca, one of my mom's friends that was in the ceremony with us, she wanted to reach out to someone that she knew, a Reiki master. She contacted her and she was willing to give her services for my boyfriend to help him out, to kind of relieve whatever that was going on with him inside, so that he will feel more lifted in the end. So basically he was getting distance Reiki done. And some people would ask, what does that mean? How do you do distance Reiki? Most people would ask for just the name of the person, and then some people would ask for a name and a picture of the person. But for this instance, she only asked for his name. It was around 9 o'clock. I remember this. Around 9 o'clock is when he went to sleep and I was starting to fall asleep. I started falling asleep, and then out of nowhere, I think the first thing that happened to me, I'm falling asleep, and I looked real quick, and then I started following. There was a freaking shadow, and it was kind of weird because it wasn't like a silhouette of a man. To me, it looked like it was just a black blob or something, just a black aura that I saw in the corner of my eye. I did get a little scared because I was wondering like, where is that thing going? And then I looked, and then I was following it, and then once it got to the moonlight, I couldn't see it anymore, but it looked like it was going out to our balcony area. We did have the door slightly open too. It looked like that shadow went out to the balcony. And then I was like, hey, are you asleep? Are you asleep? He didn't say anything, so I guess he was asleep, and then I got scared. I tried to calm down, just trying to realize I know he's going through the whole distance Reiki thing. I know she's doing what she's doing. So I was like, all right, let me just relax. This is just what it is. And the thing that I was scared about is I didn't want anything latching on to me. Anything of his that was on him, I didn't want it to come on me. I watched King of the Hill again. I started falling asleep again. I went to sleep and woke up, and you know how like when you're half asleep and you feel like you're in a daze and you don't really know what's really going on or whatever. That's what happened to me, but it was like way more serious. So I'm asleep, I wake up, and if you saw my part 1 video of the mountains that are outside of my balcony, I was asleep like this, and I was looking up, and I saw like lights, like numerous lights on the mountain. And I was like, what is that? To me, it felt like it was a town. It felt like it was houses, like little houses here, here, and their lights were on. Like it was a little town and I don't know, people were living there. And I looked up and I was like, where am I? That was the one time, like I've felt this before in life, like when I'm half asleep and stuff, but this is the first time where I didn't know where I was. That was a little freaky. And then I just had to keep thinking about it, and looked around. I was like, oh, right, I'm in Costa Rica. Right. And then I went back to sleep. This one thing. If you're a spiritual person, you would know that, like, at least for me, when I'm half asleep, that's when everything happens. When I'm getting ready to fall asleep, I will hear voices sometimes.
I mean, this is a Class A EVP.
If I walk away from here without any answers, then it's on you.
Sometimes I would see myself somewhere else, or I would see something in front of me, something like that. Most of the time it doesn't freak me out because I will remember, oh right, this is my reality here, and I will like ground myself. But this is the first time where I forgot where I was. So, and if I'm being messed with like that when I'm trying to sleep, I won't care. I'll be like, all right, yeah, I know where I'm at. Y'all need to go. I need to sleep. And it will just be like that. So at this time, I went back to sleep. Then I got woken up again because it felt like someone bumped into me. I'm laying down on my bed and it felt like someone hit me head on. But it was weird. It felt like something hit me because in my mind I'm thinking, oh my God, they're trying to latch onto me. What is that? It felt like they hit me and like they were trying to come in and they couldn't, because it felt like it was like so much vibration that came out of like my head. That was the one that freaked me out. I texted my mom's friend to tell her, hey, something bumped into me and I'm scared that they're going to try and latch onto me. Like, can you tell the Reiki master this? Because, you know, I'm getting a little freaked out right now. And after that, it was just 3 things. After that, I didn't feel too much and I didn't see anything else after that again. So I was glad I was able to go to sleep and sleep peacefully. So the next morning, I'm asking my boyfriend, I'm like, how do you feel? How do you feel right now? And he was like, I'm all right. But he was still laying down in bed. I should have waited until he got up, walked around, went to the bathroom, and came back. And then I probably should have asked him the question. But so then I told him about the Reiki master and what was happening. He already gave his consent that that's what he wanted done. I just told him that, hey, she sent me a whole story of the visions that she saw when she was trying to get rid of whatever it was that was on you. So now I'll get into the story of what the Reiki master said. So I'm actually going to read the actual text that she sent to me. And this is what I let my boyfriend know and have him read it. Essentially, when I went in all time and space and saw the origin, the attachment was actually an ancestral entity. In my vision, I saw his ancestor looked like an ancient indigenous African tribal man sitting on a hill looking at his village on fire, and he was weeping. I see the town being ravaged by these dark spirits. Very hyena-esque, let's just leave it at that. So these dark spirits were attached to the spirits of his ancestors. What she did to help was she went in. She said, so the ancestral dark entities removed and bound. Souls of village ancestors' loved ones have crossed over. Dark energy lifted and alchemized. Chakras cleared. All filled with light, so much light, consoling of spirit and of ancestor. The shadow in the room that I saw, she said, was one of the dark hyena spirits. She said they were all bound. Everything is light now, the situation should be resolved, and also to keep her posted. So, if you understood, she said that there was a town, hold on, let me read word from word what she said again. She said the ancestor, the African tribal looking man, was sitting on a hill looking at his village on fire. When I was half asleep, woke up and saw lights on the mountain, and I was like, that looks like a town. Apparently, from what she was saying, and mind you, me and this lady, the Reiki master, never talked because the middle person was my mom's friend. We didn't talk until the next day after. So when I saw the lights on the mountain, she is confirming that she saw it being a town, like a village on fire, and his African tribal ancestor was looking down on it. That was weird. I was like, okay, so was I seeing things, or was I so attached to him that I was able to see what his ancestors were seeing? I just thought that was crazy. That was one. Then of course she said the dark shadow that I saw was a hyena-esque looking spirit shadow that was leaving him and crossing over. So maybe they were going out the balcony as if, I'm out of here, I'm done. Wanted to know what bumped into me that felt, and where I felt all that vibration. So here's some stuff that she said. She said, I haven't read your message before I saw you, and I had the same energy bumping or pulling me down around 3 o'clock in the morning. She said it scared the poop out of her. She said, now there were a couple of fragments on the outside of your energy. She's talking about mine. And she said, from whatever happened with me, she said she cleared those. So I'm grateful and happy about that. She said she saw a lot of nature and tree spirits everywhere. That's what bumped into me. So she answered, she said a whole bunch of stuff, a nice story, but I also believe it as well because of what my boyfriend's experience was for his ayahuasca and how hard it was and the things that he saw and everything. What she said, that what she saw kind of comes together and makes sense of what was going on. She expressed so much that she did what she did. They should be gone. He should be cleared, and he should have, he can basically start over, because he was like, what can I do now? What's next for me? She was like, you do whatever you want. You don't have anything on you anymore, so you can do whatever you want to the fullest. I just thought it was just a very beautiful journey, a very beautiful trip. Just being in another realm, seeing things through his eyes, through his spirit, it's deep. Man, that's deep. Sort of like a soul bonding kind of thing. But not like the one from Rick and Morty with Morty when he wants to pet dragon. Not that soul bond. And not that soul bond where on Rick and Morty, Jerry wanted to get with some crazy space alien lady to soul bond with her to get over his divorce with Beth. Not that kind of soul bond. But the soul bond where you're literally like your soul and another soul are joined as one. Feel and see everything of that person's perspective in their ancestors, in the pain and the sorrow and the happiness, all of the above from that person, and then they see the same in you. It's like deep. I hope that you enjoyed this video. I try not to give too much about my boyfriend's experience. Again, if he does a video or wants to post it or something, or if I could find testimony videos from Blue Spirit or Nature's Within, I'll put a link down below so that you can get a feel or kind of have it all come together of what I'm saying, because really, when I think about my ayahuasca experience, yeah, I had some visions of my own that I could take with me. Also, the majority of the other stuff that I felt was through him and his journey. So it was a very beautiful trip. So thank you guys so much for tuning in on this video. I greatly appreciate you staying towards the end. If you did, to listen to the storytelling time of my ayahuasca experience. My bad, I was holding out on you guys. I thought about it and I was like, this would be a really great story to tell. So I hope that you guys got it and it all come together for you too. If any questions, please put a comment down below for me. I'll be more than happy to answer any questions for you about ayahuasca, Costa Rica, where I've gone, things like that. Please also check out my part 1 and part 2 of my ayahuasca experience and ayahuasca ceremony. And hopefully you'll get some answers out of that as well. So thank you so much for tuning in this video with me, guys, and bye.